Hi everyone, it's Pete here from the Pain Toolkit. Greetings to you from, I have to say, it's a very, very rainy afternoon here in Essex. But, and you can see we've got a lot of light going on here, so we're not totally in the dark, but it's really, really naff day out there. And today I'm with Richmond Stace, the pain coach, and we're going to do another Pain Toolkit TV interview. When we last, oh, by the way, hello there to you, Rich. How are you today?
Hi Pete, I'm good. I'm very good. These are headphones, just in case you're wondering.
I thought you might be too cold there, man. I might be mufflers.
No, I'm indoors. I've got headphones, and then there's a woodpecker just over my shoulder as well.
Fantastic. So we did a broadcast the other week, and what came up, I think it was on the 5-question quiz or interview, I should say, and one of the things that came up was about this quick fix business, where I don't know, many of us, I know, especially back in the day with me, back in the early days with me and my pain and whatnot, I was expecting, go and see the physio, go and see the osteopath, see the chiropractor, and it's about, looking for that will fix me so I can get back online with my life, etc. And I think it's my expectations were, way out of control. So I'm taking it that you're like with most other healthcare professionals, especially in your game with physiotherapy, that you get a lot of, well, you get many people, perhaps a few, come to you and say, look, Rich, I'm looking, well, what are you going to do to me to get me back on track? So how do you deal with those sort of people?
Yeah, it's a good question. So there are people who have an expectation. They've been brought on to believe that something quick can happen by lying down perhaps and having some hands-on treatment, which does have a role, by the way. But I'll tell them a story. I'll say, when you were sort of 3 or 4, you would have started cleaning your teeth yourself. You may not remember it, but there was that time when you independently started to clean your teeth, and you did it on that particular morning, and that's it. You never did it again. You don't have to do it again, do you?
No.
So yes. Pete, I presume you're the same as me. When you were 3 or 4, you cleaned your teeth once and then you left it. You didn't bother.
Well, yeah, Mum and Dad did. I had to prompt you, but I don't think sometimes. I look back now, my gnashes were pretty naff-like. I don't think that was too ready and too much on the prompter side. We either do it, or you don't do it, sort of thing. But yeah. I'll pay for it as I've got.
But I think but the message, of course, that comes through from that is you can't just do something once if you want to be successful. It's something you have to keep doing. And to overcome a pain problem is not just a quick fix. It's not something you just do 1 or 2 things for.
Yeah. It's
something where clearly you need change in your life. Now, you don't need to change you, because you are you. And just to use a flower analogy, you're already a rose. You're not going to become a daffodil. You'll just become a redder rose by bringing in certain things into your life. And to overcome pain is really about living your life in the best possible way. We need some tools to do that. We need a structure. We need some practices or rituals each day, just like we clean our teeth, just like we have X number of meals a day, just like we have to exercise most days a week if we want to be fit and well. This is no different. And I would never separate overcoming pain from other things that you're doing in your life. It has to be embraced. The practices need to be embraced. And that day-to-day work is what's needed. Now, that doesn't mean that you don't feel some change as you're going a long way. We want quick wins. We want results. You'll measure your success by those results that you're getting from using the practice. And actually, one of the practices is to measure your own results each day. It's the little wins that are important. It's the little wins that keep us going in that right direction. But also, we make some choices, or we'll commit to some choices, and we may do something that doesn't work out. And so we then decide, okay, well, that hasn't worked. That's a learning experience. That might be a flare-up. That's an opportunity to learn something about how can I do this differently, or how can I do it better? Because we're designed to grow and to progress. And that's just a general rule in life. And if we can get those principles going behind everything that we're doing, and we're driven with the purpose of living the best life we can, well, then we've got the energy to do so.
I think It's funny. It's interesting what you say there, because I was with some a patient group last week up in the northeast, and a guy there said to me, he said, "Well, yeah, I've done that pain management, but it didn't work." And it's funny, after this morning on Twitter, I was Melissa Caddy, the challenge doctor from Texas. She posted something, a paper, for a doctor of it. And it's in this paper, this guy had said that, he tried pain management, but it didn't work. And it made me smile, really. But pain management is not something like you've learned something, and then pain management is an ongoing process. And as I've learned over the years, you've got them basic skills, but it's something you've got to keep improving on. When I first started the stretcher, I can only go a certain distance. And then I found out I can do that distance, but then I had to find different stretches to push myself a little bit more.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're talking about mastering. We're talking about mastering ourselves and our life. And mastery, you never reach the top level, because there's always another level. You look at anyone who's been successful in anything, and that's what we're talking about. We're talking about people being successful in their lives here. And anyone who's been successful has got to a level and then push themselves and push themselves and push themselves. And that's really what it's about. If a friend says to you, "Oh, my relationship is stagnant," you worry about that. Or if someone says, "Oh, my business is stagnant," without growth, without progress, that's what happens. We suffer. So we've got to keep pushing and pushing. We need to know how. We need some tools to use, some practices to use. But once we've got those, then it's down to us to make the choice. We decide, I'm going to commit to this. And one of our greatest powers is that decision making. I decide to commit to this path of mastery and success. And then we choose models, and we'll choose to model someone who's been successful. And we make it our purpose each day to look at people that have been successful and how they've been successful, and see, how can I do this in my own particular way? And it's no different doing that for a pain problem than it is for building a business, or trying to be the best you can at a sport, or be the best at school, the best that you can be. The same principles. It's the basic model of success, and that's one I would always push people to look at.
In short, Richard, it's about learning. It's an ongoing process. I think with pain management, learning to manage pain, there isn't any finishing line. It's a constant journey that we're all on.
Yeah, absolutely. It is a constant journey, but ultimately we're looking for that best possible life. And for that, you need that clear picture. Anything you want to be successful with, you have to have a clear picture of what you want. The thing that holds people back is the fear of, or what if it doesn't work? I've tried this before, or I've tried that, or I'm not good enough, or whatever it is. It's fear. And that fear comes from conditioned beliefs. So you've been conditioned to think certain ways. But as soon as you learn how to shed those beliefs and to work with your fears as motivators to get what you want, because the fear of failure is even worse. Even worse. If you don't step up and give it your best, well, then what's going to happen? And actually, when you think about that scenario and think, well, where could this go? If I don't make some changes here, where is this going to go? Where is this going to end up? And actually the pain, I don't mean the ouch pain, I mean the suffering pain that you experience by running that scenario can be enough to make you think, oh boy, I don't want that. So you can either be sort of inspired into action, or it's that desperate push because you got nowhere else to go. I would rather inspire people to be the best that they can be. And this isn't for a select few either. This is for anyone.
I know.
This is for anyone.
Don't let yourself be put into or painted into a corner.
No, not at all.
Hey, Rich, it's been good talking to you again. Listen, guys, those watching the video, if you need a pain coach, need someone like Rich who's going to be the coach to help you along. And as I've always been saying of late, learning to live with pain is getting yourself back in a driving seat. Get yourself a good instructor or a pain coach who sits in the passenger seat, and then you can have a winning combination. Rich, we'll talk again soon on another video. Hopefully, if you've got a question that you want me to ask Rich about something about pain self-management, then just drop me a line on the website, www.paintoolkit.org /contact, and then we can. I'll ask Richard to. We'll organise another broadcast, and Rich can answer that question. So thanks very much again, Rich, for being involved today. I appreciate that, and
Pleasure.
hope everybody got something from there. And I'll see you again soon on another Pain Toolkit TV broadcast. Take care, guys. Have a nice day.
Cheerio.